So we're going to start off just with a nice stationary position. Okay, we're going to basically hinge over, almost like you're going to swing a golf club, hands wherever's comfortable. The idea here is that we totally dissociate the upper and lower half. So our legs are rooted into the floor, we're nice and strong and stable there. And what we're going to do is really try and rotate your sternum as much as you can. I say sternum because it's kind of in the center of our chest. We're trying to open that up as much as we can each way, really isolating the T-spine. So the thoracic region of the spine, basically the area that covers your rib cage. So you're going to do that for about 5 or 6 reps each direction, where it feels good, really challenging every millimeter that you can. And the next one, same position, get a little bit of a hinge here, bracing forward, and this time we're just going to try and fight for a little bit of a pelvic tilt. So an anterior, posterior pelvic tilt, trying to get as much range of motion there as you can. And again, keep those legs rooted into the ground, make sure that you're not using your torso for this motion. Trying to really isolate that pelvic control. Okay, same thing there, great little drill, a couple reps each side, should be wonders for you. Next we can grab our dowel, and this is also a good tool for that first twist to help keep you honest if you find that you have a hard time with that. We're going to get it up on the back, almost like you're setting up for a squat. Now we're just going to add a little bit more movement into that twist so we can get a little bit more knee bend, feel like the hips are involved a little bit. Then we're still trying to kind of get our sternum around as much as you can. Taking this one gentle for sure, don't need to be very forceful. Just find an extra half inch every rep kind of thing. Okay, and then we can add a little side bend as well. Nice and tight in, legs are rooted to the floor. We're gonna do a big dip, exhale, inhale back to center. Dip, exhale, inhale back to center. Okay, you're not gonna hold this too long, we'll just kind of want to pulse it out almost. Nice little bend. Again, fighting for that extra little bit of length each rep, not holding the stretch too long. Okay, next one is called good morning. Same position with the bar. For the dowel, whatever you're using. This is just a nice little warm up for a deadlift and a hinge. So good practice on bracing the core, making sure we're nice and engaged in front here, almost holding that hollow hold position. And we're in a hinge back, so we're really just going to keep our knees, soft bend in the knees. That bend isn't going to change. We're just going to push our hips back. Feel that nice stretch in the hamstrings. Back should be nice and flat and rigid. And then as we drop back up, all glutes to finish the rep. Hinge. You're going to feel this one a little bit more in the hamstrings, which is fine, that's what we're looking for. Okay, do a little exercise for you pulling off the floor. Okay, so it's a great one. Next, we're going to progress that a little bit further to a J curl. So what we're going to do is start with the wall here. Basically, you're going to press your whole spine against the wall as much as you can. So the tailbone, stacking each vertebrae along the way. And start by tucking the chin, nice firm grip on the dowel. We're really going to tuck the chin. We want to try and segment this so one vertebrae lifts off at a time. If you feel like the whole hunk lifts off at once, which is pretty common, especially once we hit that lumbar region, we're going to pause when you feel that and try to push 1 or 2 vertebrae into the wall, really pushing from your abdominals, okay? Drag that sucker in, keep going. Oh, big chunk lifts off, pause, push into the wall. Okay, we're going to keep doing that all the way down until you can get right to the floor. Same process on the way up. We're going to tuck the pelvis, really push the butt into the wall, and try and stack 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way up to the skull, okay? Do that from the side so you can see a little bit. The same deal, nice and engaged, soft knees, tuck the chin, start to roll down, be really strict, try not to let any vertebrae kind of chunk together. All the way down, nice and slow and controlled. Keeping that dowel against you the whole time. Right to the floor. Tucking the pelvis. Stacking those vertebrae 1 at a time, all the way up. Great little drill. Recommend 3, 4, 5 reps of that if needed. Try not to use weight to start just because it is a little bit aggressive if you don't have that control yet. Once it is there, then maybe you can increase the weight slightly. Okay, a couple other great little drills here. We can even just add like a nice little pelvic tilt or twist, on the spot. Which is nice. Okay, a little salsa roll. We want to take it a step further, almost like you're hula hooping. And really good exercise. Just get a lot of movement in that area. So you can do that 4 or 5 each direction. Trying to, again, feel like your legs are nice and rooted to the floor. If you want to take it a step further, you can feel like your head is rooted as well. And really just trying to almost orbit around where your center axis would be. Okay, a little drill there. So once we finish our same routine, we can pop to the floor into our quadruped position. Great position to do lots of good drills here. It's really safe as well. If you have trouble with balance or anything like that, this is a good routine to get into. So we're gonna start off with a series of twists. Okay, all of them kind of have the same concept. We're still trying to open up our chest and get our sternum twisted around as much as we can, just to make sure we're getting as much movement through the T-spine as possible, okay? So we're gonna start off, really brace into the floor, everything's nice and engaged. You're gonna add a reach to underneath, ear to floor, get as much length here as you can. And as we open up, we're gonna open, big exhale, twist as far as possible. Careful that your legs and hips don't really help you out on this as well. Big reach, back under, big twist, big reach, good. Last one, we'll do 3 aside there, other side, big exhale. And just note that we're kind of reaching our arm a little bit in front, can't really see in the video, but we don't want to reach back because that's not really going to hit the same part of the chest here. So feel like your arms are still perpendicular from the floor. Okay, make sure you're feeling a little stretching through those chest muscles as well on this one. Okay, next progress it a little farther, we're going to drop to the forearm, chicken wing the other arm. Same thing, we're going to reach under as much as you can. Big exhale, big twist, big twist. So this just helps isolate things a little bit more challenging. Okay, big twist. 3 or 4 side there as well. And again, these drills are very safe. There's no external load acting upon you, so fighting for that extra millimeter is totally fine. You know, work to your own capabilities, of course. Last one, we're gonna chicken wing this arm behind you now. Same thing. Drop the chest arm. Really open up as much as you can. You're gonna feel a good stretch in the back of the shoulder here as well. Another good drill there. So a couple aside. Cool, and that feels like it's spent. We can work on to our cat-cows. So this is a pretty common yoga staple. The thing that we need to note though is that we don't want to feel like we're just moving from the center of the spine, like someone's pulling on a string in the middle of your back. We want to feel like we're actually segmenting again like that J curl with the dowel, and we're working up one vertebrae at a time, really trying to feel the independence of those joints. Okay, so we're going to pop up, big stretch, and we're going to start out with the tailbone, curling that to the sky, and then trying to keep that wave going, one notch at a time, not letting the upper back round too early, right to the skull. And the same thing. On the way back. Okay, you can also start from the neck. Much harder to control. So that's a great one to practice a lot. It's quite challenging to feel that control. Hopefully it was a pretty good demo for you. And then also we can do these side bends or side tats. We're just kind of peeking behind your butt. We can also try and segment here as well. So I can start off almost by wiggling my butt side to side and then kind of working up the chain, get a little bit more movement into the upper body. And eventually it's just kind of almost trying to twist the floor to the shoulders and then into the neck a little bit more. Okay, great little drill there. Once those feel good, we can try this twist as well. So we're gonna sit nice and tall here. Very important that we do sit tall. We don't wanna be slouched because that puts our whole spine in kind of an awkward position, vulnerable position as well. So we wanna sit nice and tall. Right on those sit bones, boom, puff up the chest. And we're just gonna kind of hold our arms where it feels comfortable, whatever's good there. Okay, so we're gonna start off, big twist. Okay, when you hit kind of the wall, you'll feel like you just get a little restricted. Pause there, and we're going to take a deep breath. Side bend on the spot. Try to isolate 1 or 2 vertebrae. Once you're down there, big exhale. Okay, pop up. See if you can twist a little further. Boom. Exhale, side bend. Pop up, a little further. Pop up, a little further. Nice. Great. Same thing on the side. So you can see the range of motion significantly improves just through each rep. So we're kind of letting our body know that it's okay to be in those ranges, and then you can keep kind of pushing it a little farther, just easing it into that unknown territory. Just careful that, again, you don't overdo it, and those legs don't sail up on you too much. Be really aware of compensations as you're doing these drills. Okay, same thing other side. So we're going to start off, big twist. When you hit your roadblock, see how restricted I am there? Pretty tight. Okay, I'm going to do this big exhale. Side bend, Pop up, maybe get another 15 degrees. Oh yeah, maybe 20 even there. Dip. Pop up, big twist. Boom. Dip. Pop up. Pop up. Almost full 90 degrees there. So, again, great little drill. Just make sure you're under control on that one. Okay, next we'll flip over to the supine position on the floor. We'll just finish with this one as like a nice little tilt the pelvis again. So that's the whole idea, right? We're trying to create a lot of movement in each of the vertebrae, and that pelvis gets locked up a lot of time as we sit, as we drive, yada yada. So we need to make sure that we are creating some movement in those areas, in those small little connective tissues, right, all surrounding the pelvis. So this is a great little drill for that. We're gonna plant the hands down, be nice and bracing the core. Big inhale, we're gonna let you arch the back, okay? And as we exhale, we're gonna tuck that pelvis, really pull the rib cage down, like you're squeezing a 2x4 in between your rib cage and your pelvis. Core should be really strong, like you're about to take a punch, okay? And your butt is still on the floor, so we're not rounding all the way off. We're just gonna try and curl the pelvis as much as you can, pulling from both sides of the joint as well, okay? Arch back, nice little stretch there. If there's any pain, just to the threshold, not through it, okay? Curl back. To finish up all those mobilizing drills, we can finish with just a nice little static stretch. Okay, so we're gonna just kind of transition back and forth from a child's pose to a prone cobra. Okay, so both very common moves in any sort of yoga practice. So child's pose, we're gonna start, flats of the feet are together. We're gonna sink our hips back and we're really gonna drop our chest and our head through the floor with the arms be nice and long. Okay, just feel a nice little stretch there. We can also add a little bit of pelvic movement while we're down here. And it's kind of nice because your arm's long, it kind of takes the T-spine out of the equation and really lets you focus on that lower area of the back, okay? So good stretch there, and then when we transition to the cobra, we're pretty well just gonna crawl forward onto the arms, let the legs come together. And as we're doing this, we can do it basically, again, like a segmented type of concept. So we're gonna start off just by pushing really into the upper back. So bracing the core, pushing the belly to the floor, get a nice stretch through a couple vertebrae there, and relax. And then we're just gonna push up a little higher. Feel that stretch a little lower down the spine. Hold for a few, and relax. And keep kind of going through that process until maybe you're all the way up here. If not, no problem. Whatever feels like an appropriate challenge for you. Just make sure there is no sharp pain anywhere, and it is just a nice static stretch. So you do a little routine there, shift back to the child's pose as a release, shift back to the cobra until it feels like you've kind of maxed that stretch out for the day.